This video is part of a series that I'm doing on background animations that you can make in After Effects using the existing effects and plugins. I'm going to create a new project and a new composition to build these fluffy clouds. I'm working in HDTV aspect ratio, and we're going to work at about a 10-second, create a 10-second loop. Doesn't matter what color your background is. I probably should have given that a better name. Cell, and I'm going to create a new, inside that composition, I'm going to create a new solid that I can add an effect to. So I'm going to call that cell. I'm going to click OK. And of course I'm going to add the cell pattern effect to that layer. If I type in cell into the effects and presets search tab, I'll find cell pattern under generate. I can also find that or access that effect under the effects menu under generate and cell pattern. And there's our cell pattern. So we're going to add a bit of customization to this to get it kind of looking like that rippling water that we had before. But as you can see, there's obviously quite a few directions that we could take this, this effect in. Let's have a look at the cell panel properties up here. We've got a whole bunch of different types of patterns that we can use here, some of which I'm sure you can find uses for. I'm going to use bubbles in this instance, and I'm going to invert those around like this. I'm going to increase the no, I'm not going to increase the contrast. I'm going to increase the size of the of our cells here up to around about, I don't know, maybe I might just type in 300 and see how that's looking. That's looking pretty good to me. Now there's some other things that we can do here with the dispersal. We can change the dispersal. Might go about 150, 1.5. Get our cells a little more random. We'll continue to make them even more random by adjusting the tiling options. I'm going to enable tiling, and I can manipulate the horizontal and vertical cell aspect. The thing that's going to make this animate over time is the evolution, and we'll keyframe the evolution. So if I scroll around, you'll see that the cells kind of grow and change and morph into each other, and that's pretty nice. We can keyframe that, get that happening over time. I'm going to twirl down my effects options in the timeline so that we can access those stopwatches to create some animation or create some keyframes. And I'm going to keyframe the evolution over that full 10-second period. So a starting keyframe and an ending keyframe. And I think, not exactly sure, maybe we'll just start with one complete revolution, and we'll yeah, that's looking pretty good. I don't think I want it to go any quicker than that. Quite like how that's working. Now at the moment it's not looping. We can adjust our evolution options to cycle that evolution so that it will loop back from that last frame to the first frame, and hopefully it can be a seamless animation. That's looking pretty good. So we've implemented the cell pattern part of our of our animation, and we want to color it. And I'm going to use a tool called, that you'll probably be familiar with, hue and saturation. It's a color correction effect. I'm going to add that to the animation, and I'm going to colorize. So I can kind of use hue and saturation to tint my source. We'll want to find a hue that we can use, and I am kind of working in the kind of cooler range. We want to add some saturation, and of course we want to drop the lightness or change the lightness so that it's kind of nice and bright. And just make a few kind of adjustments to those effects there. And that's looking kind of how I'm starting to feel kind of happy with that. So there's an approach to making a background animation. In this case, it's a nice looping background animation, and we're just using some of the pre-existing or included plugins and effects in After Effects.